So boys, out here in beautiful Academy with the fellas. Wind chill's only, I don't know, it feels like 35 degrees out here and we're not dressed appropriately for it, but we do have something super exciting. Our friends over at Wilson Combat were kind enough to send us a brand new pistol, so wanted to give you guys first sneak peek at this. Dude, all right, let's see what we got here. From Division 77, this is a Project 1 pistol. Double stack 1911. Oh, oh shit, man. Dude, you just gotta look at the box for a little bit, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, as far as presentation goes, I haven't seen one better than that.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've seen a lot of pistols come in, but that box and presentation.
Dude, you got the rear sight. You got the rear sight. What is that? Oh, all the different plugs for mounting all the different optics. They've got rare earth magnets in this thing, supposedly. Let's drop this bad boy out. 18+1, comes with 3 magazines. And if I remember correctly, the first 100 these things they sell all come in this kit.
Yep.
All come in this exact box. No grip safety. Amen to that. That texture feels gnarly. Integrated comp, ported barrel. That's smooth.
3.5 pound trigger.
Feel it break.
And they got a new optic system where it basically can fit about 90% of the red dot, so it's nice. You don't have to change any of the plate system. It has different plugs and pins in there.
Yeah, we brought out DP Pro, so later on today we'll swap those things out and just kind of walk you guys through it. But dude, initial impressions, I haven't seen a gun that pretty out of a box yet. I haven't seen that kind of presentation. Put your hands around that thing.
Yeah, I like it. I like the girth. That texturized grip, it's not too aggressive, but it's aggressive enough that, man, when I hold on to that.
Yeah, right?
The slide cuts too.
You can see a little bit of indentations. The guys do the front cocking serrations.
Yeah. Oh.
Feel the trigger pull in that.
Oh, that's nice. That's not much travel at all.
No.
Not a lot of wasted movement.
No, that's super nice.
It's got a nice weight to it too.
I'm still stuck on that box, man.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful pistol. Smooth.
Double stack 1911.
That reset's really short too.
Yeah, super clean reset. The color contrast really set it apart, dude. They did a beautiful job with that. You guys ever messed around with Wilson Combat? They do phenomenal stuff. And we had some T&E 300 blackouts back in the day they made. And everything Wilson does is super high end. Really appreciate them sending us to us.
I mean, what I like about it too, it has the slide release button's a little bit further back, so you know how it was always hard to get to?
Yeah.
That's.
If that was one of the main things, like doing speed reloads, I get so victim to using that master grip thumb to hit the slide release. And typically on like 2011 style platforms, it's sitting just a little bit far forward, so you can't get it. You really need an extension. You got to go across with support grip thumb or come over the top, but that seems like it's in a really good spot. I'm stoked it doesn't have a grip safety.
Yeah.
Like, that was one thing I didn't like about those kind of platforms.
It's like it's personally made for you.
I'm excited to shoot it.
So am I, dude. What are we going to shoot today out of this thing? Wilson sent over some ammo. Bill Wilson's signature match. That is, let's see what we got going on here. 125. Signature mag from Mr. Bill Wilson himself. No rounds through it. Well, let's jam these things up and let's get some rounds to it and see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, boys, just jammed up some mags. Time to run it through our paces. My initial impression off this thing, jump in here at any time. I'm a super big fan of the grip.
Yeah, it has a similar grip angle like SIG.
Yeah.
So it's not too drastic, but fits real nice in your hand. Good stippling, and the magwell fits nice in your hand.
It feels like it's a little narrow, but I feel like I can control it a little bit better. On some of the, I don't want to keep comparing to like a 2011 platform, but a lot of them I feel like it's a pretty big grip. If you don't have a monster hand, it's kind of hard to really get a full purchase. I feel like that one's exactly where I want my knuckles to be. Lines up perfectly inside the web of my hand. It feels really clean. That break and that reset are so short. It feels great. Like
it's a smooth trigger pull.
Yeah.
At 3.5 pounds.
Even like the serrations up front. It's a little pronounced. Perfect for your hand.
I like where they put them. It's not over serrated, but
exactly. There's just enough of that little profiled lip if you can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, from either side, the press checks clean. Love the color contrast.
Yep.
I know that doesn't really matter, but as far as aesthetics go, that's definitely one of the coolest looking pieces we've ever seen. It's not over the top. It's not like a super flashy build. You definitely see some of them that are neon green and orange. For me, it just takes away from it. That's a beautiful gun. Yeah, let's see how she shoots, man. Double stack 1911. in 9mm. All right. Woo. Okay. Okay. Well, here, let's spin this thing around. First mag out. Dude, it feels super natural to shoot. Like, it doesn't feel like typically different platforms I get to, I really notice the grip angle and do I have to level it. That thing shoots super level just consistently. Not having to mess with it too much. First mag out of the box, I really dig it. For another one of these. So integrated comp, ported barrel, kind of like a Staccato XC.
Yeah.
But, dude, I really dig it.
How's the recoil feel?
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have to shoot it. Yeah, you gotta shoot it to try it. It feels super smooth going back in. It's not jumping out of your hand by any means. It's hard to describe. You gotta shoot it. But it shoots well. The tolerances are really tight. The return to zero is ridiculous.
Fucking impressive.
Dude, it's
Sounds
gnarly, dude. Man,
Super impressive.
And when's this
Yeah.
thing come out? You said December what?
December 3rd,
So available December 3rd,
11 Eastern, or 11 Eastern time.
11 Eastern. December 3rd, 11 Eastern. These things are going on sale. First 100 come in the box, the full kit we're gonna show you guys. And you know, like, I'm not a huge fan of the 2011 platforms. They just feel different in my hand. That thing doesn't. It feels really, really good. And we've had some Wilson Combat, some lowers on the 320s before. I loved them. They took the same kind of grip, same texturing. It feels really familiar in your hand, surprisingly enough.
Nah, awesome job. Really impressive. Shoots super smooth, crisp. That trigger pull, you guys did an amazing job. The ergonomics of it, how it feels in the hand, the recoil,
Yeah.
super smooth.
Yeah, really. Joey, you gotta give this thing a shot, dude.
Yeah, like DJ was saying, I really like this grip. It's more around than flat. A lot of guys want to add size to this thing by making it flatter and wider, but this thing has a good, I don't want to say circular, but a good grip that fits a hand grip, you know? Allows me to get that good purchase, and it feels like I can get that hug that I like when I'm gripping the frame. The texture, it's aggressive enough that it doesn't feel like it's going to slip all over the place, but at the same time, I'm not going to tear up my hands, you know, shortly after I get out of the shower and lotion them. I like to keep my hands soft and smooth. Let's put that mag in and see what it feels like. She's getting dirty. Dude, I like how it recoils. That return to zero, I'm not losing that dot at all.
Just watching, you can see it's shooting so flat.
The integrated comp with the slide, the ported barrel, they say it 42% reduction in recoil management, but I'm not a percentage guy, but it does, like the small nuances they did with the barrel and the slide, it definitely slides real nice. It returns to zero. The recoil on this thing is very minimal. That travel with that trigger is so nice. Yeah, man. Initially out of the box, I do love this thing. The color contrast, that copperish tone, it's not too flashy and bright like a lot of guys like that gold and stuff, but this like bronze copperish, it feels like a nice
Good
gun.
aesthetics to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super high quality. Has a good weight to it.
Hell yeah. Wilson Combat 1911 in 9mm double stack. Project 1. I like this. Good work, Wilson. Good work indeed.
All right, boys. First impressions, if we got to run 5-6 mags of the gun, my first impressions are, I love this thing. I didn't want to. I'm not down with 1911, 2011 style pistols, just not really my jam. That feels the most comfortable of any one I've ever shot. Most natural transition from a SIG, a Glock, or whatever over to this platform feels super natural. But you know, we were sitting here talking about some of the issues. It's always swapping out optics, lights, just all the different configurations. And they have a new proprietary system for making, was it 90% of the manufactured optics right now?
Fit 90%.
And one of the ways they do it is they cut out this base plate. It's a universal base plate, but they come with these little tiny plugs that basically take up the gap. So you can set them in for whatever optic you're running. We had that EOTech E-Flux. We're gonna throw on Delta Point Pro, but those little channels inside of there is exactly the little shallow ones. So that's exactly where these little pins go. And then you drop in, you mount them whatever you want to. So really take up some of the tolerance, and that's really what it is. These little plugs just take that up. So for the DP Pro, we're gonna drop these bad boys in here.
I'm sure this will be a question too. The way these screw thread patterns are cut fit the factory screws that these optics come with.
Which is always a nightmare. You start swapping out screws, you start losing them all. Don't ever throw away the factory screws. I know we've definitely done that before. I mean, that was a pretty easy made up.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna Loctite this thing on here just because we don't know what configuration we're gonna settle with. Get it on there hand tight, plus a bit. Plus a bit. Well, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, quick,
I mean,
easy change.
Dude, pretty easy, dude. Like even on, you know, on the X5s, you got to take out the slide completely. You've got all these set screws. Like it becomes a nightmare if you don't have all your tools. You're kind of hosed. That's pretty easy. I mean, simple swap.
Got a light on there.
That thing looks tough. Yeah, I mean, we throw a Surefire X300 on everything, but that thing looks super badass. We're gonna throw this bad boy in a holster and really start running. We set up a steel course of fire. We got some 6-plate racks. We're gonna go with it. Throw your hands on that bad boy. Just see how it runs. Really just try to torture test it.
That was easy. Easy for you.
Dude, it feels really natural in the hand, man. We'll see what it's like at full speed. But initial impressions, Wilson Combat, you guys crushed it with this thing. I'm thoroughly impressed. With that bad boy in a holster and send it?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man, let's do it.
Let's holster up.
Initial impressions.
Outside the box, man. Like you said, the color scheme. I love the copper bronzish. A lot of guys usually go with a bright gold, and that usually, in my opinion, kind of clashes. It makes it flashy. This is aesthetically pleasing without making it super. I touched on the grip. I like how it's more round than flat and wide, so it fits in the palm and the hand and the grip way better. Texture on this is just aggressive enough, especially on the slide. Like the front part, the back part, it's right there where I like it. Built-in comp with the slide and the ported barrel. I think part of that and how this thing's designed, it shoots flat. Like the management of the recoil is way easier than your standard pistol. Well, I noticed it because I can see that dot the whole time. I'm not losing that dot one bit. That slide lock lever is within thumb's reach. Most of the time with 1911, 2011 platforms, I have to assist it with the support hand. And all those reps I burned with all the other platforms is dropping that slide with that thumb. It's a training thing that I have to get myself to, but this just naturally feels it's right there where it needs to be. But yeah, I mean the trigger, gosh, that trigger's nice. Not a whole lot of travel before you hit that wall, and that brake is just nice and smooth.
Super cool. What do you think?
I mean, everything from the presentation on the box, it's probably the nicest presentation
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of different presentations and amazing attention to detail on the box and that. But getting ultimately to the gun, the attention to detail. You know, we're saying the aesthetics of it, but the functionality of it, the feel, the grip is just enough, but it's not too much, not over cumbersome. Fits really nice in your hand. Like I said, the grip angle is kind of one of my preferences as well. Huge compliment to Wilson Combat guys, what they did with the optic system, whether it's the iron sights or being able to fit 90% of the red dots on the market is a huge feat.
It's no easy undertaking.
I can't tell you how many times people are like, well, I don't have this optic match or this optic match on the footprint. So amazing job on that. As a lefty, the ergonomics of even the slide release, how much it's pronounced, the stippling serrations on the slide, as a lefty, again, it's like we have to manipulate these guns a little bit different, but amazing job on that, because it feels like it's a little slim up front, gets a little bit wider out back, but feels like it's a really good grip.
Yeah.
Even from the holster, it's nice that we have these Kydex holsters, but they fit in the 320s, kind of the staccatos, all those kind of things. So it's nice you don't have to have a holster issue with a new pistol. Switching optics, but it's nice having that light on it.
Yep.
But great fit, great shoot. Like, highly impressed. Highly impressed. Shoots really nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'll echo the exact same thing those guys are talking about. One of the things I do really dig are the cocking serrations up front. It's just a little bit beveled, a little bit textured, so it's a really good purchase between your index finger and your thumb. It fits perfectly. It doesn't get too hot, which is surprising. 60-61, holding really well. That grip, I can't say enough about it, man. Like, I've got a big hand, but on a lot of these platforms, that grip is just a little bit too wide, and especially with that backstrap safety guys put on there, we end up taping it down. It just makes that grip ever so slightly bigger, and I feel like you lose connection with it. With this thing, I feel like it's molded to my hand, and I'm not even a 2011 or a 1911 guy. I'm just not. But I'll tell you what, this fucker, it shoots great, man. I'm highly impressed with these guys. We're gonna start banging this thing around with some steel and let you guys know, but Wilson Combat, amazing job on this thing. Again, December 3rd, 11 o'clock, East Coast time. These things go on for sale. First 100 come in the box, the same kit we're breaking out now. Everything that's in it will be included. Definitely give these guys a shout. We're gonna go shoot it.
Yes.
Appreciate you boys. Talk soon. Let's go.